And then we'll go live here in 3, 2, 1. Welcome, Facebook friends. How are you? Hopefully that'll bounce in there. All right, our computer's running a little slow. And let's go live here. And now, welcome into 21.6 The Net. Glad to have you with us. All right, we are live, our very first show, Your Home with Bremer and Jones. Welcome, Dawn. How are you?
I'm great, Ken. Thank you.
Fantastic. Now, Dawn Bremer, who are you? What do you do? And how can people find you right off the bat?
My name is Dawn Bremmer of the Bremmer Team of Keller Williams North Shore West. I'm located at 1218 North Green Street in McHenry, right in downtown. They can find me by calling me at 847-456-6334 or emailing me at bremmerteam18@gmail.com or finding us on our website at bremmerteam.com.
Nice. And of course, I'm Kent Jones, one of the owners of 21.6 The Net, but also my regular job is I am a mortgage planner for Blackhawk Bank. So Dawn and I have been kicking around for a little while the idea of putting together a show that talks about real estate, talks about your home, YOU''RE, like you are home, with Bremer and Jones. Yes.
Yes.
And the whole thing about this show is that we want to be able to draw awareness to, number one, what you and I do as a living and how we can help people through that process. Number two, your home is not just the structure you're in, but your community.
Correct.
The people that are around you, kind of a Sesame Street type feel, right?
Absolutely.
Who are the people in your neighborhood?
That's right.
Yeah, right?
It's important to know the people in your neighborhood.
Yes, yes. And of course, right now, 21.6 The Net has a new contest going for new shows. So we said, hey, let's launch it out here and let's see what happens.
Right.
So here we are, Your Home with Bremer and Jones. So, Dawn, you've been part of this community for how long?
20 years I've been in McHenry.
20 years.
20 years.
In McHenry.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you came out here because of family. You came here 20 years ago because this is where the covered wagon stopped.
No, I actually came here 20 years ago because I got married and my stepdaughter lived out here.
Okay.
And I thought it was really important to forge a good relationship with my stepdaughter to move right down the street from her. So we moved down to the street to be with her.
Absolutely cool.
Which was great.
And here you are.
And here we are.
And here we are, 20 years later.
And I have fallen in love hard with McHenry.
It's a great community.
It really is.
It really, McHenry County.
McHenry County is fantastic.
Is unbelievable. And there's so many different dynamics in the cities and villages, but they all kind of work together as one. It's really, really cool. And so how long have you been in real estate?
So I've been working in real estate about 15 years. So it's a long, long time. Been through the shift, been through the rising of it, and obviously through this unbelievable, unprecedented time in our real estate market and in all of our economy right now.
Right. Amen.
Yeah.
And when you when you think about real estate, I mean, what did you do before?
Well, it was interesting. I was a director of facilities at a medical practice company.
Really?
Yes. So it had a little kick to it of real estate. First, it started off with doing collections of medical debt. And then our office got bought out by an investor, and he wanted to mirror this office. And so my job was to find real estate, find an open facility, and then a build out, and then hire the team, and then create a working medical practice just like the one I did in Schaumburg.
That is awesome. Now, for those of you watching on Facebook Live, and of course, people who are on the radio, just understand that we are practicing our social distancing.
Yes, we are.
We are 6 feet apart minimum, and maybe even 6'10". I don't know, but we do. And in today's world is so crazy. But when you decided then to make the leap, real estate agents are the people who live in the big houses, drive fancy cars, they're sitting on top of the world. Right below them are attorneys, right, on the ladder.
What realtors do you know? Because those are not the realtors that I know. I drive a 2013 minivan.
There you go.
So
it's a tough life.
it is.
Real estate is tough, and do you have advice for people who are thinking of getting into real estate?
Well, I think my biggest advice I would tell any new real estate agent or anybody who's thinking about real estate right now would be you must love what you do. And you have to really be educated. Real estate isn't just as easy as going to show a house and writing a contract and getting it to the closing table. You have to have a whole plethora of people, preferred vendors, people that you can, it's making connections.
Yeah.
Helping people find the landscapers, helping people find the painters, the roofers, the carpet cleaners, all of that. And so it's all about networking. And the more that you have in your network, the more you can give back to your clients and do that. And you have to love what you do. These are long hours. These are, you don't get paid unless you close on a house.
Right.
So, and you could be, especially if you're a listing agent, you have to put out all of that expenses of the photos and the brochures and the marketing and all of that stuff. And then your client may change their mind and not want to sell it. It may not be sellable. There's lots of issues that can happen.
Awesome. Little shout out to Peter Galt, Tony Spenna. Tony also a sister in real estate as well. Great gal. And we'll get you in one day, Tony. This whole show is about sharing the stage, sharing the microphone with other lenders, with other real estate agents.
100%.
It's just because we want to get information out to people. We want to get all the good stuff out to people and see what other people do and how they answer things.
100%. I think we should have multiple different real estate agents from multiple different branches.
Yep.
There's so many different companies out there, and we all are different in learning.
And that's what I love about it is even in lending, every lender, every realtor is different. You have your specialty. There are some people who love to take people as they're downsizing. Some people love it. I love giving people their second houses. Some people love the vacation homes. Some people love the first time home buyers, those type of things. There's lenders out there as well who know IDA real well or may know a particular FHA program or something like that.
They're specialized in VAs.
Yeah.
And some people, VAs is a great niche to know, and some people don't know how to do that, or the commercial loans, or even the construction loans.
Yep. And folks, if I'm slow on the draw, there's Tony. Thanks. If I'm slow on the draw, Facebook rearranged their entire Facebook Live, so it's new to me. So I'm trying to figure this out as we fly. But it seems to be working out.
Yeah, and Tony, you are right. We are all in this together, 100%.
Yep. Now, I've been in the financial industry for about 20 years. I've done every kind of lending you can think of. I really enjoy the mortgage lending because I try to take a look at it from a financial point of view, not just, hey, I'm going to sell you money so that you can buy this house. Right. So the thing that I love about what you do, and I think what makes the Bremmer team a little bit different, I know Tony because I've spent several hours talking with Tony as well, is you love to educate people. I love it. I'll give away more education so that they can make a sound decision, even if that sound decision is we're not doing a loan right now.
Correct.
Right.
I mean, knowledge is power. It's all about it. And you need to make sure your clients understand every step of what's going to happen from beginning to end. One of the biggest things that I've come across throughout the years of doing real estate is there are a lot of people who say, well, my house is worth $400,000 and I need to walk away with $350. So go ahead and I'll take $360. They don't realize all of the fees, all of the cost, how in Illinois you pay taxes in arrears.
Yeah.
So they need to be educated on the cost of selling their house and also the cost of buying a house.
Yeah. And one big thing I think which is really, really cool about you and I is as hard as we work for Keller Williams, for Blackhawk Bank, we give a lot back to the community.
Yes.
I I donate my time to several, of course, referral groups, which is great, trying to help build businesses that way. I volunteer time on the board of directors for the Lake and the Hills and Algonquin Chamber. I've been on the McHenry County Crime Stoppers Board of Directors, a lot of stuff for the Boy Scouts when my son was coming up. I volunteer a lot of time to coach with the A2ZO basketball elite program that runs out of Lifezone 360. And it's about giving back. I'm fortunate enough and blessed enough to have the ability to do that. So I try to donate and volunteer as much as I do. What are some of the things that you volunteer in? Do we have time for that?
I don't know. I was going to say, how long do you have time? Well,
Stephanie says hello.
Hello, Stephanie. So while I'm vice president of the school board for District 156 here in McHenry, I also serve as one of the commissioners of economic development here for the city of
You're
McHenry.
president of the school board?
I'm vice president.
Vice president
of the school board of District 156.
Fantastic.
Yes, I actually have been through 2 consolidated elections, so that's been very interesting and fun.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd be a politician, but I definitely would be considered one now. I am the co-director of my son's school for the PTO, which is kind of like the PTO president. I serve on the board of Kids in Need of McHenry County as president of that. I serve as president of McHenry Chamber Marketing Group MC5, and I also serve on the Government Affairs Committee for Main Street Organization of Realtors for Lake County. So that's some of the stuff that I do.
Why?
Because it's all about giving back.
It
really is. I mean, I'll tell you, there was a time years ago that I wasn't able to do that. I was living above my means. I had struggles, very big struggles, and I've been fortunate enough to do well in real estate, and it's very important to me to give back, not just financially, but in my time. Time is important. There is so much, especially right now with what's going on. You know, that we have so many kids who aren't eating right now because they're not in school. So my relationship with Kids in Need, and I also partner with Food for Thought, and we are helping. You can, as long as we have a minute, I'm going to say, please, if you have any food or non-perishable items or personal hygiene items and you guys want to donate them, please get in touch with me at 847-456-6334. There is a huge need in McHenry that we need to do in all of McHenry County. So please drop them off and arrange to get together with me.
Listen, this is your show.
No, it's our show.
You can say whatever you want.
I can't say whatever. I don't know what the laws are on here.
Get the dump button down fast. I think that's huge, and that's something that a lot of people being in with the shelter and stay because of the coronavirus, COVID-19 going on, the shelter and stay. A lot of people are forgetting about that. A lot of people, you know, I don't see the kids at the bus stop every morning now. The bus stop is right up in front of my house, so. I put Lucy on the bus, so you see those kids and kind of interact with them, but then you see the other kids, but we're not seeing those anymore. So out of sight, out of mind, kind of, but there still is
it's a huge need. It's an even greater need than we possibly could imagine. Yeah. I mean, being a part of the Kids in Need in McHenry County, we are in desperate need to help people. There's just not the kids, but think of all the people who've been impacted who've lost their jobs. And so the need is just growing and growing and growing. Yeah. So this is going to be something that we're going to be hard pressed to deal with for months.
For months and months.
Months and months and months.
It's going to take us a little while to dig out of this. Now, a little bit earlier in the show, I mentioned that every realtor and every lender has their own unique kind of niche, I guess. Yours is education, but I mean, what is it that about the Bremmer team really that separates the Bremmer team from other realtors?
Well, I would say the fact that we have such a great team. So I do have a team, which sets me apart of some other single agents, which allows us the opportunity to be able to show houses quickly and to have our hands in knowing what's going on in the community. But one of the greatest things that we offer that a lot of people don't is a free personal concierge service. And people are like, well, what do you mean?
I don't even know what that means.
Right. So what that means, So, we thought about it. It's a company that we work with. It is, you go to a hotel and you ask for things and they take care of it for you. And what are the things that people hate to do when they buy or sell houses? Well, I know that I hated sitting on the phone to get my ComEd on and my gas and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we partnered with a company where they actually take care of your gas, electric, water, cable, trash, and they will put it on at your new home and take it off at your old home.
Wow.
And so you don't have to do anything. No longer do you have to sit on the phone and wait for an hour and a half for ComEd and then hang up on you when you get somebody that they don't want to talk to you.
Right.
So you actually get us all services completely free. It's something that we take care of for you. And I think we're one of the only companies that offer that.
Wow. And so I'm buying a home from you, let's say, and I'm moving from California. And I come here, and you're saying that this service grabs my information, address, what kind of
Yes. So they'll set you up, you reach out, they'll call you, they'll set up, then you go over and you tell them all your services that they have, and then they find the services that are needed out here, and they'll set you up, and they waive activation fees, they waive installation fees.
So they work a deal for you.
Oh, they work great deals for you.
Wow, that's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, they do great deals for you. And then some of the other things that would be great for people that, we have a huge network of vendors that we work with, and that's really, really important. I'm sure you feel the same way. But, one of the services is if you list with us, we use Cost Roofing and Denko, and they come out and they will do a free roof inspection for any of my houses, whether you buy or sell with me. And that's really important because I'll tell you, a couple of times we've had, nothing against home inspectors. I know that they're all different, but sometimes home inspectors will say you need a new roof, and then Denko comes out and they're like, no, just a couple of missing shingles, so we can fix that. Or people who are listing their house, they don't know what the roof is like, so we'll go ahead and get that and get those repairs fixed way before they list it.
Wow, that's cool. So they don't just come out and go, that's
no,
a roof.
They actually get up on the roof and they do that, and that's great.
Roof.
And so that we have a whole service where we partner with carpet cleaners and flooring people and movers. And that's one of the things that we have is we give you a whole list of our preferred vendors that we know do great services.
Yeah, and I remember as a kid when my family moved to Dubuque, Iowa, and we went. Yeah, there were at that time, back in 1979, and we worked with So in 1979, I was 10. Bob Brissy Realty, I still remember it. Brissy Realty, and if you're listening out there, you're welcome for the shout out in Dubuque, Iowa. But that's the guy that we leaned on for. Because we didn't know, we were from Michigan and we were brand new to the area, and I remember my mom and dad struck up quite a friendship with him because they asked a lot of questions and where to go and how to do it. What's happening, and the interesting thing is that's kind of when I realized that real estate and realtors are more than just bankers, are more than just transactional.
I mean, we get really close with our clients. I can honestly tell you that last year I married some clients of mine. I became an ordained minister, and I actually married a set of my clients. So, wow. I mean, we're full service here at the Bremmer Team.
Well, that sets you apart for sure.
Right. Yeah, I literally became an ordained minister to marry my clients.
That is crazy. Now, if people wanted to stop by once the shelter and stay is done, your office is where?
1218 North Green Street in downtown McHenry, right across from Green Street Cafe.
Let's meet on Green Street.
Let's meet on Green.
Right.
And so I'm the office with the only display case. You may have seen some beautiful doll houses with our Bremmer Team for sale signs. Soon to be our digital interactive system that we're having installed after this is over.
That's going to be cool. So stick around for that.
That's going to be cool.
That'll be nuts down there.
What about you? How do they reach you?
You can reach me on my cell phone, 815-451-7699, or boy, it's real long. I'll have to share it out here. It's like Blackhawk Bank /mortgage /TJ. It's long. Or just reach out here.
Reach out on
216 the net, and I can answer any questions as well. But yeah, I got my own website with them, but it's an incredibly long URL, which is crazy. So let's talk. We've got about 10 minutes. So let's talk about the premise of this show.
Yes.
What is your home
With Bremer and
with
Jones.
Bremer and Jones?
And one day we'll share why we smile every time we say that. Just saying.
That might be on an outtake. So.
Maybe be on an outtake. I mean, I think that one of the things we talked about, we just sat down, we wanted to make sure we could educate people and share what's going on with the community and what's going on with real estate. And, we both have that, we know what's going on.
Yeah.
But we talked about, we would like to have our preferred vendors out here, other realtors out here, other loan officers out here, because, it's just not our way is the only way. And that's what we really want to convey.
I mean, there's so many things when it comes to your home.
Correct.
YOUR home, right?
Correct.
Not you are home. And here's what I mean is, as people go through things, a lot of times you end up getting all of your information from your neighbor, from your mechanic, whatever, somebody or your father-in-law, whatever, mother-in-law.
Right.
And what we want to do is have the experts on here talking about that. When is it time to remodel a kitchen? And should I? Maybe not. How much,
do I need to have my house painted? Do I not? When is a good time to landscape?
Right.
Do I have to have your house landscaped to sell it?
Can snakes live in toilets?
I mean, can they?
I don't know.
What did you say about
you can get a light up toilet seat, so in the night you can see it.
I mean, wouldn't it just be
I'm not afraid
on the light?
I'm not afraid of snakes, but one crawling in the toilet when you sit down could freak you out.
I mean, that would really scare me.
That can freak you out, right? But there are things too that are happening in your community. The cool thing is, Don and I are pretty dug in this area, and we know people who are on the county board.
Yep.
We know people who are on school boards. We know police officers, tax assessors. We know mayors.
Yep.
So we're going to have Craig Sager, right? And so the whole interesting thing is, I think, is we want to have this show kind of be that the old go-to to get some of these answers. We're hoping that as it goes on, it becomes a very interactive show where you're actually asking us questions and we can answer them.
100%. One of the things I was thinking about is, having an electrician on and maybe talking us through or showing us how to change an outlet to a GFI outlet. Stuff that can save you money too. Tips and tricks is, what you can do of making your house changed and what you need to do and having those types of people out here.
And right now, one of the hottest topics is solar. Is it right for you? Is it right for your house?
We happen to know a great solar guy.
We do. That's a really, really hot topic right now. Pretty soon there's going to be, we're in line for a pretty nasty storm coming up. That's going to be storm season. And now you got all these storm chasers and people walking through your neighborhood. How do you deal with those people? What can you tell them? Those type of things.
Right, because you don't want people to come out and say, hey, you know what, you have roof damage. Let's go ahead and get you through your insurance a new roof. And you're like, yes, I got a new roof, I got new siding, and then a week later your insurance drops you. So you want to make sure you really need that roof and siding.
Whoops.
I can't tell you how many people are like, I don't have insurance anymore. Right. So we can talk to insurance people about how that works and how it affects you.
There's going to be things happening, parades and festivals and things going on once the shelter and stay is lifted. And we want to bring light to those things because those are usually for good causes as well.
Absolutely.
And hey, where's a good place to take my family out to eat? Here are the ages of my kids.
Correct.
Okay.
Where do I get rid of my electronics that you can't take and throw in your garbage? How do I do with paint cans? Stuff like that.
Paint cans.
Yeah, you can't get rid of paint cans. But you know who does take them is Habitat for Humanity. The Reclaim Store does take your paint.
Maybe you can, or just put it in a black garbage bag.
No, I will not endorse that.
With the body parts.
Yes, with the body parts.
What is it? It's just paint cans. Don't worry. But that happened to me.
Oh, Stephanie.
Wait, paint cans?
Or the body parts.
The body parts.
Can you please clarify?
But truthfully, the idea is we want you to ask us a lot of questions. We want to make this as interactive as possible, and not just be kind of a show or a podcast where it's just two people talking.
Absolutely.
Or it's,
and besides, I can't talk that much.
Or it's two people and a guest or whatever. Right? But the interesting thing, and I think the really cool thing about your home with Bremmer and Jones is you're gonna be able to see us out and about. You know, we may ask you a question. Hey, we've got this show, and you know, what do you think of this? You know, and see if we can get some feedback and some different things. But I mean, the idea is to have some fun, be a little entertaining, but not be your typical let's just talk about what we do.
Correct.
And I mean, how boring is it for me to talk about, you know, a 30-year amortization?
I mean, it's pretty boring.
It's very boring. Right? And hear you talk about the statistics of that you know, log cabins don't sell as well as ranch. I almost said dressing.
Thousand Island always sells it.
That's it. No, the roof insurance.
Oh,
thing.
yes, Stephanie.
Yeah.
See, yeah, that's my fear. It happens to a lot of people.
So Stephanie changed her top. The insurance top.
Oh, see what happens. See what I did right there? And that's why it's your home with Bremer and Jones. We should have a contest to see if anybody understands why we laugh every time that happens. Stephanie would probably.
If one person will, that'll be Stephanie.
I love you, Stephanie.
Who grabs it quick. But no, this is the deal. And if you want to be on the show, you're more welcome to come on the show with us as well. Again, like I said, this is not just your office and just my office. We want other realtors. We want other lenders. We want other attorneys. We want people to come in to be part of the show so that we can give good education.
Yeah.
That's real.
And have them join us.
And how difficult it is. I mean, we've got friends who, you know, their businesses, you know, they've been forced out of their business by the police because they chose not to listen. They were not essential. Good news is media is essential. Real estate is essential. Banking is essential, which is good. But
we're all still maintaining. I mean, it goes through so much for me to go into a house right now.
Oh, absolutely.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
And you know, to that point, when there's an appraisal and things like that, folks, if you're thinking about listing your house, it's a good time to do it now. But when an appraiser comes through, or you know, just have the doors open and the lights on so they don't have to touch it.
Yeah, we're talking about no touch showings right now. So we're asking people to open their closet doors, their interior doors, turn on all the lights. Basically, you can stay home. We leave hand sanitizer, gloves, booties, garbage outside so that you know that they throw them out, and get yourself cans of Lysol. But I will tell you, it is actually a very good time to list right now because serious buyers are what's out there right now.
Been to a lot of bars where there's been no touch showings. When I was young.
When you were younger, not recently.
Was that out loud?
I think it was out loud.
No, but that, you know, that's truly what we want to do, is just have a little bit of fun, educate you the best way that we can, bring good topics up, things that matter, things that are here on 216 The Net. There's a great show. It's Dream Home Ninjas. They take care of all the DIY stuff and the myths and battling that, because you have Josh owns his own construction company, and Mike is a plumber for 30 years. So the idea is, they take kind of care. We don't want to take care of the DIY stuff. We want to take a look at why would you want to sell your house and move now, if you've lived in it for 17 years like I have.
Right.
Why or why not?
Right.
Right.
Correct.
And we want to kind of tackle those type of topics. Do you have to disclose that your septic is broken?
Yes. Yes, you do.
It'll never pass a test, right? But we'll cover those things, and we'll disprove some myths and some what do I want to say, like wives' tales or whatever, about selling homes. Does the St. Joseph in the backyard have to be on his head looking backwards or on its feet looking
Correct.
backwards?
And you want to know all about those. Those are serious.
They
And I
are.
think that people should reach out and maybe send you an email with
Yep.
some questions they have for next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Be back
Reach
next
out
Tuesday.
to me, Kent at 216thenet.com with any questions or any topics that you want us to ask or answer. We'll see again, probably for the next few weeks. It'll just be you and I here in the studio, just for the sake of social distancing, as we're still in a shelter in state till the end of April.
Correct.
And one Tuesday, it may just be you and a guest here. And we'll get Pete here to do the producing, because I may end up having my son may actually get to come back into America after being deployed.
Oh,
So we've got a bunch of his stuff, and we'll
That'd
take
be great.
a bunch of them. So yeah. All right, that should do it for us right now, and I'm just going to cut us off there. And then here on Facebook Live, thanks for joining us for the first show of Your Home with
Bremer and Jones.
Every Tuesday, 6 p.m., 6 to 6:30. While you're cooking dinner, you're going to put us on, and it's going to be absolutely magical. But thank you so much.
Bye,
for being
Peter.
here. Thanks, Pete.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks for posting that, Pete. Appreciate it. Enjoy the evening, and tune in tomorrow morning for Uncle Pete in the morning from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. It is hump day, so probably some good music.
So no listeners, huh?
No, we did.
Oh, I thought it said bandwidth listeners.
I gotta get used to this new one. We'll end that live stream over there on the tube.